You're watching René Brun, the official channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Before I move on, I would like to thank you for 4,000 subscribers. Oh my god. I remember when I was struggling to get 1,000, and that was only probably a year ago maybe. Well, so obviously I'm doing something right. People are coming to look at the videos and giving feedback, which is great, and learning stuff as well, which is excellent. As you may or may not be aware, I am recently back from Paris. I was over there for my 53rd birthday. Yeah, I'm getting old. Well, maybe we should reverse that. Maybe I'm dyslexic. It could be 35. I turned 35. And that grey is a figment of my imagination. But yeah, 53 years old, and one of the things I wanted to do when I was in Paris was to visit a Leica store, because we don't have any in Ireland. We do have a Leica seller or reseller, which is Birmingham Cameras, which is great, but they sell everything else. I wanted to see an actual proper Leica store. And I looked up on Google Maps where I was in Paris and found one, the Village Royale Leica store. So, with Jean, we walked and walked and walked and walked and walked all the way down from our hotel down into the store. You may have seen the video. It's a store and gallery. We went inside, we had a look around. There was like so much cool stuff. They had the usual Billingham's camera bags, which they do have in most stores. They had all the new camera, the metal, metallic version, well, the metal, I don't know what way you call it, the metal look new M11s and the Q343s and the Deluxe 8. They had the M11 Safaris, which is great. They had the SL series, the 3. They had the Leica Q 3s, 343s. They had a selection of second hand. I could have been very lucky because Jean was willing to let me dive into our wedding fund to upgrade my camera from the Q to a newer version. Hopefully not spend it all, but unfortunately they didn't have any second hand ones in. So unfortunately or fortunately, there was a particular one I was on the lookout for a while, the Dune Hang one, which is from Asia, but they're virtually gone now. The odd time you might see one up on eBay, but now there's another one I'm also looking at, the Q2 edition by Seal. There is one for 4,300 second hand in mint condition in Leica Lisbon, but I don't have the funds at the moment. But an interesting story. So I was talking to Julien, the store owner. He was very happy and impressed with my Leica Q. Mint condition. Absolutely mint condition. He can't believe there was a Leica Q in that much mint condition. I don't know if you can see that. That's the 100-year anniversary special lens cap. He was shocked at how mint condition it was. And I told him what had happened. I'd bought it from Birmingham's in Dublin. And I'm not going to say which source gave me the information, but apparently an Irish celebrity used to own this particular camera, hence why it's in mint condition. Julien was nice enough to try to research information and maybe find out the original owner, but all he could find is that it was bought in Nuremberg, and for a strange reason, the original owner's or purchaser's name was omitted from the documentation, which he said is usually in the case of celebrity or politicians. They don't put it on for, data protection, obvious reasons. So there is a good story with this one. It is mint condition. I will probably be selling it within the next year though, to put the money towards a Q2. But what I'd like to do is, in this video actually you probably saw Julien, the store manager, gave me a gift bag for my birthday. Well, he gave me many gifts, in fairness. When we were discussing that I was there and I'd always wanted to go to a Leica store and it was my birthday that day. So he gave me some gifts and I'd like to show you now what they are because I was totally shocked. First thing he gave me was the latest LFI Leica magazine. And luckily enough, it's all in English, which is great. Secondly, if you're aware, Leica celebrated their 100 years anniversary last year. So he gave me the Leica 100 Leica Stories book, the whole story of the Leica, the history of Leica, all the different cameras. Now this, I believe, is worth probably about 50 or 60 euro currently to buy from Leica, so I was like blown away with that. Then you throw in a nice Leica pen and a Leica lens cleaning cloth, which again I think is maybe 20 quid, 30 quid. And I was so shocked, and I was thanking him so much for doing that. I did have a little gift for him, which I had in my bag. Not for him specifically, a gift I had in my bag for someone. It was a very small Leica thing, which I gave to him. And he was so impressed. He said, "Oh, we can do more if you let me get you something else." And he gave me one of those beautiful Leica with the aperture thermos flasks as well. So I was as happy as a pig in Scheisse, as they say in German. I couldn't believe everything I got. Very nice guy. So I gave him my contact details. I did promise when I'm getting my next Leica Q, Q2 or whatever edition, I'll wait to see till he has it in stock, and I'll go over for just an overnight flight to Paris and get it off him, give him the business. He looked after me so well. And I'd also asked him, had he been to Ireland? He said no, his brother has been, and he had great fun drinking Guinness and having whiskies. So I said, look, anytime you want to come to Ireland, I'm happily show you around Dublin, take you around, take you out for a nice meal as a thank you. Which I think you should do, you know. Nice people need to be treated nice, you know. He looked after me, I look after him. But yeah, that's my little swag bag. Unbelievable. Had a great time in Paris. Got some lovely photos. I'll stick one up here at the end. I think it's a cool shot. It reminds me, I shouldn't be scratching my ear, sorry. It reminds me of the movie Donnie Brasco. You know, we have the Maid guys. It's like an old guy walking down the seat with the big glasses and the sort of fur-lined jacket top. And then another guy beside him in the leather jacket, hands crossed like a bodyguard. So, yeah, that's it. Oh, and you probably noticed the start of the video. I should have mentioned this. I'll be displaying during Milano Fashion Week at the Milano Photo Awards, 25th, 26th and 27th of September. 5 street photography shots. So, that's it for the moment. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, subscribe and talk to you soon. Can't believe I did all that in one take.